they would receive the money for buying tools and equipment, paying for trucks, whatever. They would set up the training locations, so I just had to show up. So we did it for 16 years, 6 times a year, different locations throughout the country. And as I learned, and so we're talking about federal agents, police officers, detectives, whatever, guys that had no experience in this whatsoever, knew nothing about. Some of them knew nothing about electricity. They're dealing with fears of heights, all kinds of things. So I have 5 days to take them from knowing nothing to being qualified to work in a high voltage environment. And with experience in teaching, I learned, some things that make it easier or more comfortable when you're taking somebody way outside their comfort zone. When you're asking them to get into this bucket and go, 30 feet up in the air, and it's not a stable platform. That bucket is like, you're like a clown on a stick. And then, you're being like, you're like this close to the power lines and you're deathly afraid of electricity. How to teach them, what's safe and what's not safe. And then in manipulating the mechanical aspects of manipulating the boom, like how do you get from here to there safely? And so I would think of quirky things to say or ways to get people to remember, because a bucket truck has an upper lift, a lower lift, and it extends, right? So there's a procedure. You raise the lower lift, you raise the upper lift, and the last thing you do is extend the boom out, right? But people would always fuck it up. They'd be up and down and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? And so finally I came up with a phrase to help people remember. And what I would tell them is, you must be fully erect before you squirt. And they were like, oh. So in their brain, now something they can relate to. That lower boom must be fully erect before you squirt out. So, anyway, everybody thought it was funny.